Tonight, live in Lexington, everybody. Thanks for joining me tonight. Tonight's topic is going to be Venus retrograde and what it really means to us in our lives. While people are getting their notifications and they start to get on here on Facebook. I did want to tell everybody about these that have just come out. These are my new tarot deck. It's called Tarot to Go. I wanted to make a tarot deck that you could put down in your purse or put down in your pocket and just take with you and not have to worry about the interpretations. So I put the interpretations on the cards themselves. So you can tuck, this is small enough, you can tuck this down into any purse or any pocket and just take it with you. Just leave it in your purse and then you've got your oracle there. You don't have to worry about being without your tarot cards because here they are. So if anybody's interested in purchasing those, I'm going to leave a link in the comments section later to let you know where you can get those. And then for those of you that are interested, these are my Fun Friday cards that I put together out of 2 years of doing Fun Friday readings. And what I did was I compiled all the Fun Friday readings and put them on the back of the cards. And so what you do with these is just draw a couple each day as an inspiration. And you just go by the guidance that's on the cards, and I'll leave a link for these as well. Now, I wanted to remind you guys that the giveaway for March is coming up, next Sunday. And next Sunday is the Haunted Items Hunt. So this is the giveaway for next Sunday. So if you haven't put your name in the comment section, go back through my timeline. There will be a posting for this giveaway. And you can put your name in the comments section and you can still get in on the drawing for this. I wanted to ask you guys too, and I want you guys to comment and let me know which of these things that you would like for the April giveaway. So for the April giveaway, I have your choice of a selenite pendulum, okay, or a lavender quartz ring. We're doing another lavender quartz ring, and this is a really pretty one. It's a size 7. And Herkimer diamond earrings. Those are Herkimer diamonds. Look how pretty and sparkly those are. So put in the comments section, what do you want for April? Do you want another pendulum? Do you want a ring? Or do you want the Herkimer diamonds? The rest, if whatever you guys vote for and you want for April, the rest of these will be successive months. So just let me know. Let me do some shout outs real quick before we get into our material. Wow, there's a lot of people on here. Shout out to Leanne Wagner and Lisa Cornier, Michael Wagner, Ricky Elkins. Hey, Ricky. Heather Marie, nice to see you on here. Julie Chi, hey girl, hey Beth, awesome. Marshall Oliver, a special shout out to Miss Melissa Begley and her sweet little Cleo cat. Love Miss Cleo. Doris McQueen, awesome to see you here. Hey Georgia Dixie. Mindy Soleil is watching. A special shout out to Louisville, to my favorite person in the whole world, Martha Theobald. And she says her birthday month is April, so she would like the Herkimer diamonds. Sharon May Maddox, hey girl, hey Lena. Carol Hall, Beth Enos. Let's see who else is on here. I hope I'm not missing anybody. Dana Roberts, hi. And I think that there's more people getting on, but I'll do a shout out to you guys later. Also, if you want, put where you're located, like where are you watching from? I want to see if there's anybody like over in Scotland or the UK watching tonight. Hey, Leanne. So let's get into our material. How many people know what Venus retrograde really means? Like, how many watching tonight know what does it mean when a planet goes retrograde? Does anybody know? Somebody was talking to me about this the other day, and I was telling them about how Venus was going to go retrograde from the 6th until the 15th, and I kind of assumed everybody knew what retrograde, when a planet went retrograde, what it was, but not a lot of people know that. In our busy lives, I mean, why would you want to look that up? It's a lot of time and investigation in that, so I'm just going to bring it to you here and let you know what retrograde means and what it means for Venus to be retrograde right now in our lives. So, used to, when I was little, when somebody said a planet was retrograde, I actually thought the planet was moving backwards. But in reality, it doesn't actually move backwards. It's an optical illusion. So, retrograde means the planet looks like it's going backwards in the sky for a time, although it's physically based on an optical illusion, because what's actually happening is that it's kind of like when you're in a car and the other car kind of slows down and your car speeds up. That other car appears to be going backwards when it's really not. So what happens in retrograde is the planet is slowing down and another planet like the Earth is speeding up, catching up. So you're going to have that optical illusion of this other planet actually moving backwards. So let me read a little bit of stuff to you here. Hey, Lana from Somerset. Georgia's in Middle Tennessee. Mindy Soleil's in California. I bet it's sunny and nice out there. Awesome. Shout out to Nicholasville and Tiffany in Lexington and Rosa in Lawrenceburg. Hey, you guys. Hey, David Riles. And I think you're in Tennessee, aren't you? Arthea, nice to see you. Hey, girl. And Dana. Kyla. Hey, Kyla. Cooking dinner and watching. Okay. You can watch. Just don't burn yourself. Hey, Pauline. Rob Turner's watching. Shout out to Rob. And Leanne is in Durham, North Carolina. Awesome to see you tonight. Pauline Hughes. Special shout out to Pauline Hughes is watching from Belfast, Northern Ireland. Awesome. Nice to see you guys. And Kyla is watching from Ontario, Canada. That is so awesome. And Arthea is Cincinnati, Ohio. So let's get back to the retrograde now. When retrograde planets' energies, when a planet goes retrograde, the energy becomes turned in on itself. The planet's overall expression goes from being extroverted, outwardly focused, and straightforward to being introverted, introspective, like contemplative, and subtle. This energy seems to become upside down and complicated when the planet goes retrograde. Now, all planets go retrograde except for the sun and the moon. And so we want to talk a little bit about what it means in the retrograde. So all planets are mostly retrogradable except for Mercury and Venus, this document says. But as we know, Venus is going retrograde right now. Now, this actually started on the 4th. The transition started on the 4th, but officially it's from March 6th until the 15th. And so the retrograde illusion happens because we are viewing that planet from the Earth, which is traveling faster. And it's traveling faster than the other planet. So you're going to get that optical illusion of the planet actually going backwards. And so our Earth is traveling faster than Venus right now. And so it's going to give that appearance of almost stopping or going backwards in the sky. Now, Venus is the third brightest light in the sky next to the sun and the moon. So we often hear things referred to as the evening star or the morning star. Well, that's actually Venus. Depending on when the planet sets after sunset in the west or before sunrise in the east, we refer to it at either or, morning star or evening star, and I'll let you know a little bit more about that in just a second. But Venus's light is so bright that under optimal conditions you can actually see a faint shadow from objects here on Earth. So I found that was really interesting as well. So let's see, Chastity is watching tonight. Hey, Chastity, and Teresa. Angie Bishop is watching. So Marshall says that she only has audio. Shout out everybody to make sure that you have audio and visual. Just let me know. Carol Hall says no audio, so I'm getting some people that have audio and some people that don't have video. So if a couple of you could shout out and let me know if you have both audio and video, that would be great. Okay, so here's the morning star and the evening star kind of definitions when it's associated with Venus. So the evening star is when the sun's rays over the next several months are visible in the evening, the western sky after sunset. As the evening star, Venus appears gradually higher and higher in the western sky and lingers for up to several hours after sunset. She then approaches the retrograde station. So that's when you're going to see the evening star. Thank you, Julie. Thanks, Mindy. So we have a bunch of people that have video and audio. So kind of check your internet connection and make sure that the audio is turned on your phone or on your tablet, whichever you're watching. Sometimes it's a matter of you haven't turned up the volume on your device. So let's look at the morning star. When Venus appears in the eastern sky just before sunrise, it's called the morning star. So for the next 2 weeks, she rises earlier and earlier before the sun and reaches an increasingly higher station in the sky before the sun's dawning rays. And that makes it the morning star. So after the retrograde station occurs, she continues to be visible in the evening western sky for about 2 weeks until she becomes invisible due to being too close to the sun. At this point, she conjoins the sun in another inferior conjunction, which begins the new Venus cycle. Now, Venus going retrograde only happens once every year and a half. So the next time that we have Venus going retrograde, it will be a year and a half from now. So Pamela has a comment, Pamela Williams-Walson. I've seen other people in the past week talking about a Facebook glitch causing audio and video issues. Good point, Pamela. That may be it. Hey, Robin Atwood and Dana. Hey, out to Diana Estes. Leafler's watching. Shout out to you. Thanks for tuning in tonight. Now let's find out, what does it mean to us? Why should we care if Venus has gone retrograde? Well, we normally associate Venus with gentle love, kind of sensual, peaceful, balanced, soothing, pleasurable things. But when Venus turns retrograde, she can reveal, like, if you will, the bitch. The bitch side. And these qualities of gentle love, peaceful balance, and soothing pleasure are kind of turned opposite. And we're going to look at the shadow side of Venus. So the shadow side of Venus, she loves to war and sabotage and pretense and compulsion. Compulsion is a huge thing to deal with during Venus retrograde. So you're going to deal with hidden desires, a compulsion to do something, obsessions to do something, whereas you're normally drawn into a situation and you've thought it out. Venus retrograde kind of shakes things up, and you're going to have second thoughts about something that you were really sure of last month. You're going to have second thoughts about that. And those are going to come out of the blue. And so a lot of obsessive hunger things are going to come to the surface. This can be disruptive, but if you think about it, in order to go forward, you have to deal with these hungers. You have to deal with these obsessions. And once you deal with those and put those things in the closet and shut the door, then that's dealt with, and then you can progress and you can go forward. So I got a couple of comments here. Chastity says her claws come out. Yes, absolutely. I often say during Venus retrograde, the bitch is let out of the closet. Hey, Betty Joe. So Pamela says, yeah, the glitch is probably what that is. So let's go on with this. Let me see. Here we go. There we go. And then I can see my comments here. I gotta make sure I can see all your comments in case there's a question. So let's deal with the dynamics of this, okay? Because Venus retrograde is bent on sabotage. So this could ultimately be for the better, since it's only bringing up these dynamics to the conscious mind and awareness so that they can be untangled, healed, reintegrated into the whole. And if people will notice, I put up a Venus retrograde challenge a few days ago, and the Venus retrograde challenge focused on 5 things that you wanted to get rid of and to put aside, 5 negative things that you wanted to get rid of and put aside for this time period. And then it focused on 5 things that you want to bring into your life or recreate in this time period. And also 5 things how you can use your intuition in this Venus retrograde. So that's all in my Venus retrograde challenge. It's posted on my timeline if you want to go back and participate in it. But the biggest thing about Venus retrograde is it can be destructive, yes, but what we want to do is undo all of the negative things that Venus retrograde brings, and then recreate or reconstruct and put something really positive forward after we deal with the issues. So we're undoing and redoing. And that's the biggest facet of Venus retrograde, is undoing the negative and then redoing the positive. So you're going to notice that a lot of relationships are under stress during Venus retrograde because you all of a sudden are going along just fine, and then one or the other person has doubts, has a sudden change of mind. And before you can go forward, these things are always best to deal with before you can really go forward with a strong will and a strong confidence in that relationship. So Venus retrograde can also bring a new relationship in your life because people are out kind of welcoming in that, like, I'm obsessed with that person, they really attract me. And so Venus retrograde can kind of give them the push that they need to walk up to you and start talking to you, or to make that connection. So it can be really exciting because Venus retrograde will push you forward to do that. So, hey, Kelly Douglas, nice to see you. So Venus retrograde can be very tempting, and it can cause us to reconsider our relationships that we've already been in for a while. It can also make us think about, oh, why did we want this, or who are we sure we wanted that person, and what kinds of things does that person have to offer, or what do we have to offer? So it causes a lot of contemplation like that. So under Venus retrograde also, financial affairs might need a fresh strategy. If you are going along and you're having a little trouble with finances, Venus retrograde causes you to relook and rethink those old ways of doing stuff. So it can really be a production of solutions that you hadn't already thought of. So Pamela has a comment, wouldn't this play havoc on a person who has a nasty nature of being anyway? To clarify what I mean, do we need to watch out for mean-spirited people even more in the next few days? That is so right. You're so right, Pamela. And you know what, too? I find that if I know that one of the planetary changes is happening and it can have this effect or this cause on people when they are mean or really nasty to me, I just kind of at first will kind of chalk it up to maybe they're being affected by the moon change or the retrograde. And it helps me to be a little bit more understanding of other people's feelings in that they don't know that they're being affected, and I'm the one that knows that they're being affected. So I usually I'm more prone to overlook it, I guess, if they're mean and nasty, because I realize that a lot of people are affected by the moon change. A lot of people are affected by the retrogrades. And that's one of the reasons why I put together that moon management kit that I sell on my website, and also the teaching on moon management, because those forces play havoc with your emotions sometimes. And Carol Hall has a nice comment. She had just purchased a book on Financially Fearless today. So you, Carol, intuitively are tuned into this and are kind of following along with what Venus retrograde is offering right now. So a lot of financial planning can be done during Venus retrograde, and some creative projects also. Like if you're on a creative project and you're feeling blocks and you're feeling a stalemate or just not into it, Venus retrograde makes you redo the project. Remember, undo and redo. Hey, Danny Adams. So it's redo, renegotiation, but first you've got to undo the old, what you've already laid down, really, and redo it. So the energy of Venus retrograde is also very intuitive, and that's why part of the Venus retrograde challenge was 5 things of intuition that you can use. And I will try to post the pics of those in the comment section after we get done, because it's important to know that this is a high time to use your intuition. Your intuition is going to be at a high level during Venus retrograde. So you're going to get really introspective answers to some of the problems that you're having. Just be prepared to deconstruct the problem and reconstruct it after you tear it apart and look at it. So Kimberly Lovett is watching. Hey to you. One of the biggest kind of sentences I put together out of this is Venus retrograde is a time that will leave you with contemplation and a new perspective. It's going to leave you with a new perspective. So use this energy. Hey, Ashley Nanette, use this energy to your advantage during this time. Your intuition is going to be at its highest. I'm going to post those 5 things that you need to use on that intuition. Be prepared to deconstruct or tear down what you have worked on and what you're involved in, so that you can reconstruct and put everything back together. Hey, Scott. And this is going to, Venus is going to be retrograde through April the 15th. So you can kind of sit down and plan this out and go into introspection and look at things that you need to tear apart. Do you need to tear apart your finances? Do you need to tear apart the way that you're looking at your relationship? Maybe if the relationship is not going well, deconstruct it, tear it apart. Use those 5 aspects of intuition to hone in and find out what part of it is not working. And then if you still want to put it back together, reconstruct it and put it into a way that will work. If both parties are willing to work on it, this can really be a positive. You can turn all this stuff into a really, really positive time during Venus retrograde. Let's check our time. Yeah, we're out of time. So, but don't forget, any questions that you have, go ahead and leave in the comments. I will answer them either tonight or tomorrow. And don't forget the giveaway for March. This is next Sunday. Hey, Brenda. So this is next Sunday, so get in on that. Don't forget, next Sunday is the Haunted Items Hunt. And that's going to be fun because I think, yes, next Sunday I'm going to do the Weeping Angel series. So over the last year, I collected a bunch of pictures for a series of angels, some that had EMF and some that didn't. So I put them together and I called them the Weeping Angel series. So that's going to be a lot of fun. The last Haunted Items Hunt was the Creepy Clown series. We have the Weeping Angel series this coming Sunday. And then the next month, I've got Dangerous Dolls. I collected a bunch of Dangerous Dolls. So that's going to be a huge amount of fun. Now, you guys, don't forget, please follow me on my Facebook page because there's a lot of postings that you're missing out on. So mark see first on notifications, or just mark all notifications like live posts, events, and other posts. You can mark those on there as well. Remember, all of these episodes are loaded up onto my YouTube channel, so you can go back and watch all of the past episodes. There's episodes on black-eyed children, ghosts and spirits, life after death. Last week's episode of the Plasma Electric Universe, which is really fun, with Shifu Kurega. And he'll be back on the show again. Kisses from Kentucky, you guys. And I will see you next Monday for another Monday Night Live in Lexington. Bye, guys.